this is not a drill. The NFL world has just been shaken to its core in a way that nobody saw coming. And if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan, you might want to sit down for this one because this move changes absolutely everything. In what is already being called one of the most shocking player moves of the modern NFL era, Myles Garrett has signed with the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, that Myles Garrett, the former Defensive Player of the Year, the face of Cleveland's defense, one of the most feared edge rushers the league has ever seen. ESPN has confirmed it, league insiders are scrambling, and front offices across the NFL are suddenly reevaluating their entire future. This isn't just a signing, this is an earthquake. For years, Myles Garrett was considered untouchable. Cleveland built its entire defensive identity around him. Opposing quarterbacks game planned weeks in advance just to survive him. Analysts talked about him as a future Hall of Famer before he even hit his prime. And yet, here we are, staring at a reality where Garrett is now wearing a Cowboys star on his helmet. The moment the news broke, social media erupted. Fans didn't believe it. Analysts didn't believe it. Even players around the league were reportedly stunned. This is one of those moves that instantly becomes a "where were you when you heard it" moment in NFL history. From the Cowboys' perspective, this is a franchise-defining swing. Dallas didn't just add a good player, they added a generational defensive force. Myles Garrett instantly becomes the most dominant defender on the roster and arguably the most dangerous defensive weapon in the entire NFC. The Cowboys already had talent on defense, but this move elevates them into a completely different tier. We're talking about a defense that can take over games, dictate tempo, and strike fear before the opening kickoff. With Garrett off the edge, offensive coordinators are going to lose sleep every single week. Think about what this means schematically. Offensive lines now have to choose their poison, double team Garrett and leave someone else exposed, slide protection his way, and risk interior collapse. Roll the quarterback out and pray. None of it works consistently against him. Garrett isn't just strong, he's fast, technically refined, explosive, and relentless. His first step alone can ruin a play before it even starts. Dallas defensive coaches are now working with a chess piece that breaks the board. This move also sends a massive message from the Cowboys front office. For years, critics have questioned whether Dallas truly goes all in when it matters most. This signing answers that question loudly. The Cowboys are not playing it safe. They are not waiting for next year. They are swinging for a Super Bowl right now. Bringing in Myles Garrett is a declaration that this team believes its championship window is wide open and they're willing to pay the price to capitalize on it. Now let's talk about the Cleveland side of this because the fallout there is just as massive. Losing Myles Garrett isn't just losing a player, it's losing an identity. He was the heart of that defense, the emotional leader, the guy who made everything work. When he was on the field, Cleveland believed it could beat anyone. Without him, that belief takes a serious hit. Fans are understandably furious, confused, and heartbroken. Jerseys are being burned, radio shows are melting down, and questions are flying about the direction of the franchise. Like, Cleveland now faces a brutal reality, rebuilding a defense without the cornerstone it was built around. There is no replacing Myles Garrett. You don't just draft another one. You don't just sign another one. Players like him come around once in a generation. Whatever assets Cleveland received in return will be judged for years, maybe decades, against the standard of what Garrett was and what he became in Dallas. Every sack he records, every game he wrecks, every playoff moment he dominates will reopen that wound. From a league-wide perspective, this move reshapes the balance of power. NFC contenders just got a lot more uncomfortable. Quarterbacks who once worried about facing Dallas's offense now have nightmares about surviving their defense. Teams like Philadelphia, San Francisco, and Detroit are suddenly reassessing their protection schemes because Myles Garrett is now part of their playoff path. You don't avoid him. You go through him, and history shows that's not something most teams do successfully. The timing of this move makes it even more shocking. This wasn't a slow-burning rumor that leaked for weeks. This hit like a lightning bolt. One moment, Garrett was still associated with Cleveland, and the next moment, he was a Cowboy. That suddenness adds to the drama, the disbelief, and the sheer chaos surrounding the news. Even veteran NFL insiders admitted they were caught off guard. That's how you know this is seismic. For Myles Garrett himself, this is a legacy-defining decision. He's stepping into one of the biggest spotlights in all of sports. Playing for the Dallas Cowboys means every snap is analyzed. Every quote is dissected. Every performance is magnified. But if there's anyone built for that pressure, it's him. Garrett has never shied away from expectations. He thrives on them. And now he has a chance to chase something that has eluded him so far, a Super Bowl ring. This move also reignites the conversation about player empowerment in the NFL. Stars are increasingly shaping their own destinies, and Garrett's arrival in Dallas reinforces that trend. Elite players want elite situations. They want chances to win at the highest level. They want organizations willing to surround them with talent and ambition. Dallas just proved they can be that destination. Inside the Cowboys locker room, this signing sends shockwaves of confidence. Defensive players know the standard just skyrocketed. Offensive players know they're going up against greatness every day in practice. Competition sharpens, intensity rises, and complacency disappears. When you bring in a player of Garrett's caliber, the entire building changes. Practices get harder, expectations get higher, excuses vanish. All right, opposing quarterbacks are already circling Dallas on the schedule with dread. You can't prepare for Myles Garrett with a single drill or a single game plan. He forces adjustments on the fly. He punishes mistakes instantly. One missed assignment, one late snap count, one slow kick step, and the play is over. That kind of defensive dominance doesn't just create sacks. It creates turnovers, rush throws, broken drives, and momentum swings that win games. The media reaction has been nothing short of explosive. Analysts are calling it one of the boldest moves in recent memory. Former players are praising Dallas's aggressiveness. Critics are questioning Cleveland's direction. Fans are arguing nonstop about winners and losers, and through it all, one thing is clear: the NFL conversation now runs through Dallas in a way it didn't before. This isn't just about stats, this is about fear. Fear is something Myles Garrett brings to the field every Sunday. Fear changes how offenses play. Fear makes quarterbacks hesitate. Fear makes linemen grab in panic. Fear makes coaches conservative. And now that fear belongs to the Cowboys, that alone is worth its weight in gold. As the dust settles, one truth remains undeniable: the NFL has been flipped upside down. The Dallas Cowboys just made a move that will be talked about for years. Myles Garrett signing in Dallas isn't just a headline. It's a turning point. It's a statement. It's a warning to the rest of the league that the Cowboys are done waiting, done hoping, and done playing small. Whether this move ends in a championship parade or becomes one of the most debated decisions in NFL history, one thing is guaranteed: football just got a lot more interesting. The pressure is on. The spotlight is blazing. And the era of Myles Garrett in Dallas has officially begun. If you thought the NFL was unpredictable before, buckle up, because this season just became must-watch television.